When I said I'd start beauty vlogging, I promised I'd tell the truth, and it doesn't get much truer than this. This is my face with not one scrap of makeup on. And I want to show you how I do my makeup in less than 5 minutes every single morning. Makeup artists beware, I'm sure I'm breaking lots of rules, but this is the truth of how a beauty editor does her face first thing in the morning. I start with a concealer. Now, where to put concealer? This is Dior Skin Star Concealer, a fairly new one. I really like it. It blends easily, doesn't go into my fine lines, and it's a simple dabbing process. I've got redness around my nose, dark circles around my eyes. I've got a fine vein on the top of my eye. So what I do is I use one of my middle fingers just to dab and blend around my nose. And what you'll notice is it does look slightly white, but don't worry about that because the foundation I use on top will cancel that out. Better to put on slightly less than you need rather than slightly more than you need, because you can always go back in later and add more. So there you go. What you're doing is basically taking out any areas of redness or darkness. If I had spots at this time, I'd dab them on my chin. It really is a multi-purpose wonder. Now, my next step is mineral makeup. I've been a real fan of mineral makeup for years, basically because I'm lazy. My beauty ethos is minimum effort, maximum results. And this is Laura Mercier Mineral Powder. I really like it because it's got an essence of pearl in it, so it's not too flat and ashy, which can be a problem with mineral makeup. But this is the real reason I like mineral makeup. So what you do is you put it on your brush, you tap, you get rid of the excess, and then it just goes straight onto your skin to give a demi-matte finish. There are no rules to how you apply it. You just apply it. This is, by the way, the Elizabeth Arden mineral brush, and I think it's the best. I've never found one better. It's absolutely massive, really, really, really soft, and that angle gets into every single plane of your face. So, like this, dab more, and then up onto my forehead. And it's a sort of buff circular motion, I think, over the years I've learned is the best. And you see how, when I blend it down, it matches my chest. That's what you want. And it's slight, I never put my face in the sun, so it's slightly darker than my face, but just 1 or 2 shades. If you're worried about what shade to use, go on counter, get colour matched by one of the professionals. Blusher is next. I use a brush, and this is actually a Laura Mercier foundation brush, but I think it works really well on cream blusher. So what you do is you dab into the top of the blusher, less is more, and then I start on my cheekbones and blend up and out. It really is, and I've seen this even work on everybody from sort of Naomi Campbell's skin colour to Nicole Kidman's colour. It really is a suits all colour. It's a bestseller with good reason. And what it does is, despite the fact that it's a cream and it goes over powder, it blends brilliantly. And what you can do, if you want a quick fix, is put a tiny tonal colour into your lips as well. When you come to put your lip gloss afterwards, that'll make sense. Next, eyebrows. I've struggled with my eyebrows my whole life because basically I don't have many. I use eyeshadow and an eyebrow pencil. That's a Bobbi Brown eyebrow pencil. It's short, it's angled, it's quite stiff, that's the secret. And then I just use an eyeshadow, and that's a MAC one. It's called, let's have a look, Copper Plate, and it's basically just dark grey blonde colour. So you put your brush in, and then small brush strokes. I've never really understood how anybody gets on really well with pencils. I find them too hard. They give a really hard finish, whereas the powder just goes into the base of the brow and gives the illusion of hairs. Most makeup artists don't use a specific brow powder. They actually do use just eyeshadow. And as long as you get the right colour, it's fine. Also, choosing an eyeshadow colour means you've got a lot more choice when it comes to matching your natural brow colour. That brow is larger than the other brow, so it needs less product in it. There you go. The difference that makes defining your brows. Next, eyeliner. Now, I grew up with Mary Greenwell and Charlotte Tilbury. You can never have too much eyeliner. This is my all-time favourite. It's an eyeshadow called Black Plum by Bobbi Brown, and it's the perfect, really rich, dark chocolate brown. And again, an Estee Lauder. It's a larger version of the Bobbi Brown brush I just used on my brows. It's a really stiff, angle-tipped brush. In the brush, and then I commit a beauty sin. I pull my eye into a funny shape, but this is the only way to get a really, really good straight line. Okay, so straight across like that. Again, liquid liner works brilliantly for a vintage look, but it's so hard to apply when you can just do that. I really haven't got the time to fuss around in the morning. I'm always rushing to go somewhere, so I can't be bothered with anything that's too high maintenance. Other eye, pull the eye out really gently at the side so you get a straight line. Make sure you work it really, really deeply into the roots. And then you'll notice each side has got a slight flick up and out. Any excess can be taken off like that. Mascara. Again, no girl can have too much mascara. This is Masterpiece Max. I really love it. It's been around for absolutely ages. It's only £10. It's got a flexible brush, rubber brush like that. There you go, so it gets into all the bits. And a really, really, really good lash building, non-clogging formulation. Now there's a secret to doing lashes. If you've ever seen an interview with a makeup artist and they say put on absolutely 2 or 3 coats of mascara and you do it and you leave them to dry in between, you'll think, how on earth can you do that? So from the roots to the edges like that, and then from the roots to the edges on the other side. The secret if you're going to layer on your mascara, I think, is always to get exactly the right amount of drying time between coats, and this is how much time you need. So bottom ones, you literally just colour by turning the brush on its side. You know this. But the secret is by the time you've done that, you're now ready for your second coat. Reload your brush, and what you'll notice is the lashes are 50% dry, so they're tacky, but they're still pliable. They won't knot or twist or clump, but they will hold on to the extra mascara, so see the difference. I only put a second coat on the top lashes. I think I've got quite Slavic eyes and they can look quite sort of weird and wonky and small if I put too much liner or mascara on. But there you go, like that. That's how you do it. And then finally, a lip gloss. I don't bother with a lip liner during the day, just can't be bothered. I really am lazy. Erin Perfect Nude, because it looks like my lips but better. And I know people say lip gloss is going out of fashion, but I like it because it's low maintenance basically. So pull a Joker mouth, put it on, and you're pretty much ready to go. One final tip, okay? This is your best friend. This is a ×30 mirror. And people come around my house and go, oh my God, that's so depressing. How could you look in that? But before I leave the house, I look in it. And with a cotton bud, I basically go round and take any imperfections out. So your smudge or a mark or anything like that, you know, make sure you've got your food between your teeth, you're ready to go. 5 minute quick fix face. 20 years of experience to 5 minutes.